In life, we often only see the outward appearance of warriors, brave soldiers who day and night guard the borders, facing danger to protect sacred values. But few know that behind this strength lies an invisible force, a firm belief in something greater than themselves, the presence of God. And you, have you ever wondered if you too can find strength from that belief? Can you feel the invisible protection, the strong faith in something greater during the most challenging times of your life? And you, have you ever wondered if you too can find strength from that belief? Can you feel the invisible protection, the strong faith in something greater during the most challenging times of your life? You would never imagine the power of God's Spirit, the presence of His being that creates mental strength directed toward a greater purpose, like the soldiers guarding the borders and islands, where the storms and challenges of nature cannot shake their steadfast will. These soldiers not only protect their homeland, but they are also those chosen by God to carry out a noble mission. Their strength comes not only from training or physical ability, but from an invisible source that only those who believe in God can truly feel. Their strength comes not only from training or physical ability, but from an invisible source that only those who believe in God can truly feel. Sometimes they wonder, why do I have such strength? Why, in the most dangerous moments, do I feel no fear or anxiety? The answer is a mystery that even they cannot explain. But deep inside, they understand that it is God who has given them that strength, a strength not from their body or combat skills, but from their spirit, the power of faith, and the unwavering conviction in the sacred values that God has imparted to them. God has not only given them the strength to fight, but also the ability to heal wounds, not only on their bodies but in their souls. When facing fears and the haunting shadows of war, they no longer feel alone. They know that no matter how fierce the battlefield, God is always there, lighting the way, shielding them through every moment of survival. In situations that seem impossible to overcome, when enemies surround them, when their faith is tested to the limit, they feel the miraculous presence of God. They are no longer weak humans, but warriors of God with an invisible strength that no one can break. And in the final moments, when everything around them falls silent, they are left with an unwavering belief. God is my strength. He is my refuge and eternal protection. And you know, that is the mystery carried by those soldiers, a strength that cannot be explained, an invisible protection, and a fierce belief in God's presence in every moment of their lives. And you know, that is the mystery carried by those soldiers, a strength that cannot be explained, an invisible protection, and a fierce belief in God's presence in every moment of their lives. Imagine when those soldiers face death every second. You, their loved ones, are also sharing a part of this journey with them. As a wife, a parent, a sibling, you are their steady support so they never feel alone. And you, in the quiet hours of the night, also feel God's presence as a comfort, a promise that they will always be protected, that this battle is not just theirs, but also a part of the lives of those they love. Imagine when those soldiers face death every second. You, their loved ones, are also sharing a part of this journey with them. As a wife, a parent, a sibling, you are their steady support so they never feel alone. And you, in the quiet hours of the night, also feel God's presence as a comfort, a promise that they will always be protected, that this battle is not just theirs, but also a part of the lives of those they love. Imagine when those soldiers face death every second. You, their loved ones, are also sharing a part of this journey with them. As a wife, a parent, a sibling, you are their steady support so they never feel alone. And you, in the quiet hours of the night, also feel God's presence as a comfort, a promise that they will always be protected, that this battle is not just theirs, but also a part of the lives of those they love. And you know, your prayer is the strength for your own soul, to free you from the difficulties, the fears in life. When you kneel and whisper your prayers, You are not only asking for protection for your loved ones, but also freeing yourself from the worries, the stress, and the fears that hold you back. Just like the soldiers out there, when they immerse themselves in God's presence, they realize that nothing is hopeless, nothing is too difficult. And in those moments when you feel paralyzed, in the long sleepless nights, your prayer is an invisible source of strength, a reminder that God is always there, guiding you out of the darkness, opening the path of light for you, and teaching you how to face the great challenges of life. Prayer is not just words. It is an invisible thread connecting you with God, an affirmation that you are never alone in the hardest times. It is the invisible strength, the protection that enables you to stand firm against every storm. Remember, when you pray, you not only free your soul, but also give strength to those who are fighting for you, for the values you cherish. And through each prayer, you are becoming a part of that miracle, where God's strength spreads throughout every corner of life. And you know, this story is not just for the warriors out there. It is also for you, for those who are seeking strength in life. God does not only grant us the strength to face great challenges, but He is also an invisible source of encouragement, a firm foundation so that we never feel alone, even in the darkest moments. When I face difficulties, when everything seems to be falling apart around me, it is the strength of my faith in God that lifts me up, allowing me to keep moving forward even when I cannot see the path ahead. His presence in my life is not something that can be seen with the eyes, but I feel it in every breath, in every step I take. With God, nothing is impossible. It is my faith in Him that has helped me overcome all challenges, helping me stand firm in the storms of life. And I believe that if you open your heart, if you trust and place your faith in His protection, you will also feel that invisible strength, guiding you through every difficulty. Finally, I want to remind you that in every moment of life, whether in war or in the everyday challenges, God is always with you. He is the invisible strength, the eternal refuge we can turn to, and nothing can shake that faith. Remember, in every moment, God is always there, the light that guides the way, the absolute protection that you can rely on. Thank you for taking the time to watch this video. Did you know that every prayer, every act of spreading love, is a way of inviting the invisible protection of God into your life, your family, and those you love? That strength is not just comfort, but an invisible shelter that only those who truly believe can feel. If this story has touched your heart, please leave a comment below the video and share your thoughts. Be sure to follow our upcoming videos, as we will continue this journey with you to explore the divine power of God, a strength that will always accompany and protect you, no matter what challenges you face in life. In this noisy and bustling world, there's an invisible force that we often overlook: silence. But have you ever wondered if silence could be the way God uses to connect with your soul? Let's explore an inspiring story where silence not only brings peace, but can also defeat the fiercest storms in life and the demons haunting our souls. Open your heart and listen, for in silence, you will discover a strength you never knew existed. Silence. Have you ever wondered if it is the way God uses to connect with you? In this world filled with noise and chaos, where everyone is tirelessly pursuing grand things, dreams, and desires that can make your head spin and leave you lost in thought, have you ever felt weary from not finding the answers to the questions that cling to your mind? But there is one important thing, my dear. Silence is not about surrendering or weakness. The silence you feel is the moment when God is speaking to your soul. It is how God wants you to listen, so you can recognize yourself, to see things you may have overlooked amid the busyness of life. In that silence, you are not alone. God is always there, gently guiding you through each challenge, each difficulty you face. Do not think of silence as a form of abandoning responsibility or as a sign of weakness. In fact, it is a challenge from God for your soul. How can you truly know your strength if you have not experienced moments of stillness? How can you know your patience if there are no moments without immediate answers? God will never abandon you. Even in those moments of silence, He is strengthening your faith, giving you peace of mind, and helping you find inner strength to overcome the challenges. God gives you those moments of quiet not to make you feel alone, but so you can hear His voice in your soul, to help you understand that no matter how difficult life may be, His love will always be the most steadfast source of encouragement and guidance. In this noisy world, silence can feel like a stranger, an emptiness that we often try to fill with voices, thoughts, relationships, or endless desires. But within silence, there's an invisible strength, a strength that many times we fail to recognize unless we stop, listen, and allow our souls to open and receive. Imagine on a quiet afternoon when you sit alone with no sound, only the steady rhythm of your own breath. And in that very moment, you feel a peace spreading through your soul. That is God whispering to you in the silence. Silence is not avoidance, but a way to connect more deeply with the Creator. It is when you can hear the gentle, soothing calls urging you to return to yourself, to the things that truly matter in life. Silence, like a gentle wave lapping at the shore, is not loud or bustling, but it can bring profound changes to your mind. The power of silence is when you face adversity, suffering, and instead of crying out or complaining, you simply remain silent and patiently wait. God will bring you the peace and guidance you need in that moment. He does not come with loud noises, but through silence, for in it, you can find the wisdom and peace you need. Recall the story in the Bible when Jesus faced a storm at sea. The disciples were frightened and called to Him, but Jesus did not rush to answer with words. Instead, He stood up, looked toward the storm, and with a brief but powerful statement, He said, "Be still, be quiet." Immediately, the storm calmed. In that moment, Jesus' silence was the greatest strength, restoring order and overcoming challenges and chaos. Silence is the tool God uses to teach you patience, trust, and resilience. In silence, you can find the answers without needing to ask. In silence, you can find yourself, and more importantly, you can feel the unconditional love that God has for you. When you are silent, you not only create space to listen to Him, but also open your soul to receive the healing and guidance that God has for you. Silence is boundless strength. Remember, silence is not surrender, but a divine strategy that God has taught you. That silence does not make you weak. It is the moment when you are at your strongest, because you have learned to let go of worries and doubts, to embrace the peace that only God can bring. And in those moments of silence, do not rush to find answers. Let your soul relax, for it is in that silence that you will feel God touching your heart, guiding you step by step. Silence is not avoidance or lack of courage. Silence is a profound understanding, the way God is strengthening your faith, helping you realize that truth does not need to be loud, but only stillness to be recognized. Silence is an invisible yet powerful force that greatly influences both work and life. In moments of silence, we not only find tranquility within our souls, but can also make important decisions, work effectively, and face challenges with resilience. One, silence in work. When facing stressful situations or needing to make important decisions at work, silence helps you focus and think more clearly. In an important meeting, when everyone is expressing their opinions, the person who can remain silent has the opportunity to observe, listen, and gather more accurate information. Sometimes, silence is not just a strategy to understand the issue, but also a way to demonstrate calmness and confidence in one's abilities without needing to speak excessively. Think about times when you feel overwhelmed at work, when there's too much to do and you feel like you won't be able to finish. If you stop, find a quiet corner, and take time for silence, you'll realize that it is in that stillness that your mind can reorganize everything and find a clearer direction. Silence in stressful moments helps you recover mental energy, so you can view the work from a new perspective and make wiser decisions. 2. Silence in life. Silence is also a powerful tool in daily life, especially in relationships and difficult situations. When you feel angry or disappointed, sometimes silence is the way to stay calm and avoid emotional reactions that could harm yourself or others. In such moments, silence helps you control your emotions and find a more effective way to resolve the issue. In challenging times, when you are facing a major life trial, silence helps you reassess what truly matters. Instead of drowning in worry, you'll find that sometimes just a moment of quiet to think and pray will help you find peace and guidance to move forward. 3. Silence as a strategy for success. There is a famous saying, "Silence is golden." In life, we often talk too much and engage in unnecessary conversations. But silence helps you conserve energy and focus on what truly matters. In a business negotiation, for example, the person who knows when to remain silent earns respect and makes their counterpart think more deeply about what they are saying. 4 examples of silence in major decisions. You've likely heard the story of Steve Jobs, the founder of Apple. When faced with difficult decisions about the future of the company, Jobs often sought moments of silence to reflect and make decisions without rushing. He believed that in moments of silence, the mind becomes clearer and creative ideas naturally emerge. Another example is in meetings with leaders, where they often do not make decisions immediately. Instead, they remain silent and observe. They understand that in silence, they can gather information, analyze different aspects, and assess the situation more carefully. Another example is in meetings with leaders, where they often do not make decisions immediately. Instead, they remain silent and observe. They understand that in silence, they can gather information, analyze different aspects, and assess the situation more carefully. Silence is not avoidance or weakness, but a powerful strength that helps you become more resilient in both work and life. In moments of silence, you can listen to yourself, listen to others, and most importantly, listen to the calls of God. It is in that silence that you will find the right decisions, effective solutions, and the peace you are seeking. Know that silence is a powerful weapon that can help you rise up and succeed in every area of life. This story begins with a moment of silence in everyday life. Have you ever felt that, in moments of quiet, in those soundless moments, you can hear gentle calls, whispers from within your soul? That is when God is present, quietly teaching you about the boundless power of silence. When facing challenges in work, life, or even spiritual trials, silence is a powerful weapon. Indeed, in those moments of silence, you will realize that it is the time when you can truly listen to yourself, hear God's voice, and feel the peace He is offering. It is not about giving up or weakness. It is a strength hidden deep within, a strength that can only be recognized when you are still. One of the clearest examples of the power of silence in life is when Jesus faced great challenges. On one occasion, He and His disciples were on a boat crossing the Sea of Galilee. Suddenly, a fierce storm arose, with large waves crashing against the boat. The disciples panicked and cried out for help, but Jesus did not hurry to respond. He remained lying down, calm and silent, unaffected by the chaos around Him. When the disciples called out to Him, Jesus stood up and with a brief but powerful command said, "Be still, be quiet." Immediately, the storm subsided and the waves became calm. In Jesus' silence, He not only calmed the storm, but also taught His disciples an important lesson about staying calm and trusting in the power of the Creator. That silence, however, was not just to quiet the external storms, but it also has the power to overcome internal challenges, the dark forces within the soul. Recall a time when Jesus confronted evil spirits. When He encountered a person possessed by a demon, rather than speaking at length, He simply used a brief yet powerful command, "Be gone," and the demon immediately left the person. The silence in Jesus' words is an infinite power that forces even the evil forces to submit. In those moments of silence, God not only heals physical bodies, but also casts out demons from within, helping each person find peace in their soul and solid faith in God. In your life, there are moments when you feel surrounded by difficulties, anxieties, or nameless fears. It feels as though the evil spirits within you will never let go, constantly disturbing you and preventing you from finding peace. But in those moments, you don't need to do anything too loud, nor should you worry excessively. Find a quiet place, listen to the silence in your soul, and pray to God. In that silence, you will feel His strength, and you will see that the anxieties, fears, and demons within you will slowly fade away. Silence is the strength that God gives you to overcome all trials. Silence is not giving up. It is the determination to maintain faith in the Creator. God not only teaches us how to face difficulties, but He also teaches us that in silence, you will find peace and strength to drive away all the negative forces around you. Therefore, remember that silence is a powerful tool in your hands. When you keep silent, you not only soothe your soul, but also allow God to act in your life. And in doing so, He will drive away all darkness, helping you find peace and light in this life. In moments of silence, we not only find peace but also recognize a great strength that comes from God. Silence is not about avoidance or giving up. It is an opportunity for us to listen, to connect more deeply with the Creator. It is in silence that God not only helps us weather the storms, but also teaches us how to overcome spiritual challenges, cast out evil spirits, and find peace within our souls. If you are feeling tired, confused, or lost, remember that silence is a powerful tool that God has given you. In silence, you can hear His voice, and through that, you will find the strength to overcome all the challenges in life. So take a moment to pause, find a quiet space, and allow your soul to connect with God. Silence is strength. It is the key that opens the door to peace and unwavering faith. Never forget, even in the quietest moments, God is always with you, always guiding you through every difficulty. Thank you for following today's story. Remember, silence is not weakness. It is a divine strength, and in it, God will always be with you. In the vast universe where time and space seem to be but mere pulses in the breath of God, a miraculous event occurred even before you existed in this world. A choice that was not random, not a game of fate, but a divine plan, a design of the Creator. God chose you, not because of who you are, but because He saw something truly special in you, even before your soul was breathed into existence. Have you ever stopped to ask yourself, why do I exist? Why does my life seem to be filled with challenges, storms that seem impossible to overcome? The answer sometimes is not found in what we see, but in the mysteries that God has laid out for us. Those challenges are not meant to make us fall, but to make us rise stronger, to show us that in every hardship, there is always an invisible hand lifting us, the hand of God. And do you know, every step, every decision, every moment in this life is part of His miraculous plan. God is not only the guide, but the divine light that illuminates the path you walk. Even though you cannot see Him, He is always present, like a loving Father, always beside you, always waiting, and always believing in you. So are you ready to embark on this journey with me? Let God lead you through the challenges, so we can discover the hidden secrets of life, the wonderful things He has arranged, things you would never expect. The reason you are here on this planet is not by chance, not a random meeting between the endless universe and you. You are God's magnificent arrangement, a star chosen from billions of souls wandering, lost, submerged in darkness, yearning to once again see the radiant glow of the sun. Recall the moment you were born, when the universe was silent and all the galaxies stopped spinning, as if time and space themselves had to pause to witness your arrival. In that instant, a flame ignited in your heart, a pure light from deep within, as if everything in the universe was turning toward you, yearning to find the answer to its own existence. But you, do you know, You are the answer. Your existence is the connection between the dreams of lost souls, unformed desires, hopes that have not yet been lit. You are not just an individual, but a part of a grand story, a mystical journey that only those who dare to face themselves can understand. Imagine, every step you take on this earth is not just a simple step. Every time your foot touches the ground, the earth trembles, not because you passed by, but because the universe recognizes that you are fulfilling a mission that you yourself have yet to fully comprehend. The light of the sun, whether dim or shining brightly, will illuminate your path. And sometimes, you will realize that darkness is not the scariest thing. Darkness is just a part of life, where the true light from within you will shine brightly, like a torch leading lost souls, until finally, they find the true light of their own. It begins with the miracles that you yourself have never thought of. Even before you were born, you were already a part of the great plan that God created. Among countless souls yearning to see the sun, you were chosen by Him. Your story is not a coincidence, nor is it random. It is a calling, a choice made in the vast universe, where millions of souls have prayed, desperately searched, but in the end, God chose you. He breathed into your soul an eternal breath, and from that moment, you were not just a being, but a part of a divine plan nurtured by boundless love. Even before you appeared in this world, you carried within you a mission, a challenge that not everyone could overcome. These challenges are not smooth paths, nor are they easy days. You will not only face difficulties, but you will confront harsh conditions, challenges that many could never imagine. God did not choose you just to survive, but to grow in these challenges, to become an indispensable part of the greatness He has ordained. These challenges are endless. They come at you like crashing waves, each one more powerful, each tied to a deep lesson. Every time you fall, you rise again, not just because you want to, but because within you is an indescribable strength. That strength comes from God, from the firm belief that He is always with you, guiding you through treacherous paths, sometimes through suffering. But with each step, you know that each one is a prayer of gratitude. Each hardship is an opportunity for you to show your thankfulness to Him. And then, the next challenges come, but you are not alone. God is present in every breath, every gesture, every thought of yours. He never abandons you, even when you feel like you have nothing left, even when the darkness around you seems to swallow everything. God is the light, the endless source of encouragement, the firm support that allows you to rise stronger than ever before. God has given you a sacred mission, a calling that only you can fulfill. The challenges you face are not only battles on the outside, but are also inner battles of your soul. And in every moment of that, God is always with you, like a great companion, like a loving father, ready to lift you up every time you fall. You continue like a long river, flowing through waterfalls, overcoming treacherous paths without ever stopping. Each challenge is a painting that shapes your life, each brushstroke marked by pain and hope, but above all, by the irreplaceable presence of God. He is the Creator, the Eternal Father, and the companion in every step you take. When you enter your career, it is one of the first great challenges you must face. Sleepless nights, failures that seem impossible to overcome, and risky, important decisions. Every decision you make is not just a choice, but a profound lesson in perseverance and trust in the Creator. God never leaves you. He always watches over each of your steps, silently yet steadfastly, like a guiding light in the darkest of times. When you face challenges in your career, you realize that success does not come from luck or randomness, but from those difficult moments, from tireless work and from faith in God. Failures are lessons, successes are blessings, but nothing is more precious than the feeling that every step you take is accompanied by God. In moments when you feel like you cannot go on, He reaches out His hand to lift you, helping you stand and continue. Looking back on those moments, you realize that God is not just an invisible source of encouragement. but an infinite strength. The reason you never give up, never surrender. The story within your family is yet another challenge, no less profound and difficult. Family is where you find love, but it is also where you face pain, conflict, and unavoidable contradictions. When you feel tired, when you feel like you can't go on, you remember God's presence in your life. He is the one who brings peace amidst the storms, the one who helps you be patient, forgive, and love even when everything seems unrepairable. In moments when family tensions rise, when you feel like you are standing at a crossroads, not knowing where to turn, it is God who brings the light. He is not only your solid support, but also the source of strength that helps you overcome the hardest trials in family life. When you face hurt, separation, or even misunderstandings, God is always with you, reminding you that love and patience are the keys to healing all wounds. Thus, the challenges keep coming, intertwining throughout your life. In those dark moments when you think you cannot go any further, just turning back to God gives you the strength to rise again. God is great. He will never leave you, no matter the circumstances. He is always ready to listen to your prayers, as long as you are patient and trust in Him. The more challenges you face, the more you realize that life is not just a passage of days. Each day is an opportunity for you to express your faith in God, to learn, and to grow. Your career is not just about the material success you achieve, but about the values you cultivate from within. Family is not just a place where joy exists without challenges, but a place where you learn to love unconditionally, forgive, and grow. And with every step you take, you feel more clearly the miraculous presence of God. You cannot imagine the challenges He has prepared for you, but one thing you know for sure, God will never leave you. The waves of trials crash against you, pulling you away from the shore of peace. But each time you fall, you rise again, not because of your own strength, but because of the strength God has given you. In each of those moments, He is never far from you, His light shining and guiding your every step. Imagine those dark moments, when you stand at the crossroads of life, where only silence and darkness envelop you. Decisions that seem impossible to make, when everything around you collapses, when the road ahead is unclear and full of hardships. And in those moments, when you have almost lost all hope, it is God who opens a shining door, a path that you cannot see, but one that He has already drawn for you. God is the only light you can see in the night. He is not only your protector, but also the one who gives you strength to rise and continue walking with unshakable faith. The trials don't just come from the outside. Sometimes they are inner battles, thoughts, emotions, and worries that make you feel like you are about to collapse. But do you know? In those moments, God never abandons you. He understands every emotion, every pain in your heart, and in those moments of weakness, He gives you a great gift: patience, peace of soul, and a miraculous strength that helps you face every challenge. Then, as you enter a new phase of life, after feeling like you've weathered many storms, you find that new challenges appear. There are challenges from the people you love most, from family relationships, from the invisible struggles between heart and mind. But have you ever felt that, no matter what happens, God is always with you, even in times when you cannot see Him? In your family, you will learn to forgive, to love even when your heart is aching, to be patient even when relationships seem irreparable. You will face moments of great trial when love is tested to the limit, when the relationship between you and your loved ones becomes strained. But in all those moments, you will feel God's presence. He is the one who helps you see the good in challenges, the source of strength that helps you overcome each storm, to become stronger, more resilient, and more generous. God is not only great, but He is your companion, your loving Father, the one who leads and protects you from all the suffering and difficulties in life. The deeper you go into the trials, the more you realize that no trial is in vain if you have God by your side. Every storm you overcome, Every hardship you face is a step forward in the journey of perfection. God is not only great, but He is your companion, your loving Father, the one who leads and protects you from all the suffering and difficulties in life. The deeper you go into the trials, the more you realize that no trial is in vain if you have God by your side. Every storm you overcome, every hardship you face is a step forward in the journey of perfection. Thus, your life continues with trials that never end, with waves that never cease to rise. But the special thing is, throughout that journey, you will increasingly realize that God's presence is not only a miracle, but the most important thing. He is the Creator, the source of strength, and the unwavering source of encouragement. God will always be with you whenever you need Him, to lift you up, to help you stand strong, to guide you through every difficulty and challenge. And when you look back at the journey you've been through, you will see that every step, no matter how difficult, painful, or even the times you have fallen, has a reason. Every challenge, every hardship is a gift from God, an opportunity for you to grow and rise stronger than ever before. God chose you not to live in darkness, but to shine like a star in the vast sky. He has given you strength that nothing can break, a faith that nothing can shake. So never forget that you are not alone on this journey. God is always with you in every moment, every thought, every smile, and every tear. He is your eternal friend, your Holy Father who will guide you through every storm, not just for you to survive, but to live fully, to be the person He created you to be. Every challenge is just a chapter in your story, and your story is not over. He still has many wonders for you to discover. So what will you do next? Will you let life pass by, or will you step out and face every challenge with the belief that God is always by your side? Share your thoughts with us right below this video so we can pray together, share together, and continue walking the path that God has laid out. And if this story has touched your heart, don't forget to come back for the next video. We will continue exploring the wonders that God has given each of us. Thank you for being here. Thank you for listening, and remember, God is always with you, wherever you are, whatever you do, and your life will always be full of miracles as long as you believe. In this moment, as you are listening, do you know that a miracle is about to happen? A sacred gift that God is giving to you, a gift that only those with destiny can recognize. Love, an eternal source of energy, is something you were born to feel, to live, and to share. God, the Almighty, has chosen you to receive this love, a love that is unconditional and unlimited. You did not come to this video by chance. It is not a coincidence, but a sign from the universe, from God Himself. Those who hear this message, do not let time pass in vain. You are standing at the threshold of a great change. You are about to be given an opportunity that not everyone will have. The opportunity to receive true love, to open your heart to a wonderful love that God has prepared for you. If you do not have a partner, do not worry. In this life, God will lead you to the person you are seeking, the one who will bring you the fullest love, the love you truly deserve. And if you already have love, this is the moment for that love to reach new heights, to become deeper, stronger, and more complete than ever before. The love between you and your partner will no longer be a random story, but a sacred connection destined by God, for you both to go through challenges together, to elevate together in His light. This is the moment you have been chosen by God, the moment when you will no longer waste a single second. Open your heart, embrace His presence in every heartbeat, and know that the love you are seeking is the love God has had for you all along. And if you believe in this, if you open your soul, you will realize that this love is the key to a life filled with happiness, peace, and endless ascension. God created this universe with love, a love that you cannot see with the naked eye, but you can feel in every breath, in every heartbeat. His love is not simple or easy to understand, It is an infinite energy, an eternal source of light that never fades. And today, in this moment, you have been chosen by God, guided to this sacred message. Listen closely, for this is not just empty words. This is an invitation from the universe, a call from God Himself. Those who are seeking true love, the love you deserve, the love you've waited for your whole life, will soon find each other. If you do not yet have a partner, do not worry, for God has already prepared that person for you, the one who will be your life companion, your partner on this sacred journey. That person will come to you not by chance, but by God's divine plan through the true love He has arranged. And if you already have love, this is the moment for that love to become something sacred, an inseparable connection, a relationship that God has arranged long ago. The love between you and your partner will not just be a simple story, but the blending of two souls chosen by God, guided by His unconditional love. And if you already have love, this is the moment for that love to become something sacred, an inseparable connection, a relationship that God has arranged long ago. The love between you and your partner will not just be a simple story, but the blending of two souls chosen by God, guided by His unconditional love. Because God's love is limitless, unconditional. And when you live in that love, you will realize that you are never alone. You will always have God by your side, guiding you every step of the way, in every moment of love. Let God's love shine within you and through you. Do not fear, for love will lead you to the best things. Let your heart open and receive the great gift that God is giving, an infinite love. A love that will never fade. A love that will forever exist within you and your partner. At the end of 2024 and the beginning of 2025, a special time is approaching. A time when great changes will not only affect the planet, but also every soul in each person. This is a new version, a higher threshold than what you have known, a great step forward on your spiritual journey. These changes are not only the transformation of the earth, but the awakening of a new era, an era where God's love and light will shine brighter than ever before. Prophets, those empowered by God, have been sent to deliver important messages. Have you been listening to them? Can you feel these messages touching the depths of your heart? God, the Creator, is not a distant or vague concept. God is unconditional love, the light that guides in the darkness, the source of eternal life. Every soul is born from His love, and that love is the key to unlocking all doors of ascension. When you connect with this love, you are not only connecting with the highest essence of yourself, but also with the vast universe. God is the source of all life, and through love, He helps you find your way back to Him. Love is not just an emotion, but the ultimate power, the energy that helps you overcome all challenges. Without love, you would be like a boat lost at sea, with no direction, no purpose. Love is the only light that can guide you out of the darkness of fear, division, and suffering. Remember that God created you in love, and only when you live in love can you truly live in alignment with your true nature. The planetary changes you are sensing are not random. They are part of a grand plan that God has arranged long ago. The prophets He has chosen, those with a special mission, have foreseen these important moments and have delivered prophecies through the ages, through millennia. They are not merely people who know the future, but bearers of messages to awaken you, to help you realize that your ascension is inseparable from God's love. So without love, can you reach ascension? Can you understand your mission on this earth without love as its foundation? The challenges you face are not random. They are opportunities for you to open your heart, to learn to love and understand. Without love, there is no connection and no real change. You will remain stuck, living in the darkness of fear and loneliness. God is not just above. He is within you, in every thought, in every action. He does not abandon you, even when you may feel alone in the most difficult moments. God is always present, And He always gives you unconditional love so that you can overcome all challenges. He wants you to realize that when you live in love, you not only change yourself, but also change the world around you. A person who lives in love is a shining flame, and their light will spread, warming the hearts of those near, healing the wounds in the hearts of other souls. At the end of 2024 and the beginning of 2025, as these changes arrive, you will stand at the threshold of a new world, a world where love, peace, and light reign. But to enter that world, you must open your heart to God's love. Remember, nothing is more precious than love. Love is the connection with God, the connection with your highest self. Let love lead the way, and when you live in love, you will see that all good things will come to you. The planetary changes are not a crisis, but an opportunity for you to awaken, to step into a new era where love is the foundation of everything. If you do not live in love, you will not see these changes. You will not understand the hidden power within yourself. Without love, the earth would become a hollow, cold place where life cannot exist in harmony and balance. Imagine a planet without love. The trees would not bloom. There would be no growth in nature, no relationships between humans except for selfishness and conflict. The earth would become an emotional desert where every soul is abandoned, lost, and lonely in the darkness. Without love, humanity would not be able to connect with each other, to understand one another, and their relationships would only be struggles for power, wealth, and survival. The absence of love would make the earth barren, not just materially, but also spiritually. Endless wars would rage, nations would be divided, and people would live in fear, doubt, and hatred. Without love, souls would not find ascension. They would not feel the connection with the universe and with God. And when people do not connect with each other in love, they cannot connect with the Creator, the source of all life. Love is the gift that God has given to all of us, a gift that is unconditional, without distinction, and without limit. God created love as a means to help each soul ascend and rediscover itself. God, the Almighty and Omniscient, cannot manifest in division or hatred, but only in unity and love. God gives you love because He wants you to understand that nothing in this universe exists on its own. All life is connected. All souls are related to one another. God's influence through love is profound and powerful. When you love, you not only love yourself, but you also love everything that God has created. Every person, every being, every speck of dust, every star is part of the grand plan that God has laid out. God wants you to understand that you are a part of Him, that love is not just an emotion, but a divine connection between you and Him, between you and all other beings. When you live in love, you will feel God's protection and care. Love is when you give without expecting to receive, when you sacrifice for the happiness of others, when you choose forgiveness over hatred. Love is when you see the divine in every being, when you realize that we are all part of the universe, all souls experiencing this life in a physical body. God teaches you that love is the path to ascension, the key that opens the door to wisdom and infinite understanding. If you lack love, you will not recognize the sacred. You will not see the signs that God sends, and you will not feel His presence in your life. God is not only the Creator, but also the great Father who is always by your side, protecting you, loving you in every moment. God created love to help you find your way back to Him, to help you realize that you are never alone, that He is always with you, walking with you every step of the way. Every difficulty, every challenge is an opportunity for you to express love, to understand that only when you live with love can you see the true beauty of life. Therefore, love is the essence of all life, the only thing that can save you from darkness, lack, and suffering. Love is the light that God has given to this world, and if you open your heart to receive this love, you will see that this love will change not only your life, but also the lives of everyone you meet. God created this universe from love, and in every living thing He created, He embedded His love within it. Love is not just an emotion or a state of mind. Love is a divine energy, an invisible but powerful flow that God initiated, serving as the foundation for all life on this planet. God loves all souls, and it is this love that has created all the beautiful things you see around you. But once humanity forgets love, forgets its origin in God's love, this world falls into confusion and darkness. That is why the prophecies and messages from the prophets, empowered by God, always affirm that only love can save humanity. But once humanity forgets love, forgets its origin in God's love, this world falls into confusion and darkness. That is why the prophecies and messages from the prophets, empowered by God, always affirm that only love can save humanity. But once humanity forgets love, forgets its origin in God's love, this world falls into confusion and darkness. That is why the prophecies and messages from the prophets, empowered by God, always affirm that only love can save humanity. He is always there, in every breath, every step you take, so that you can feel His unconditional love for you. This love is the strength that helps you rise when you fall, the strength that enables you to keep moving forward when the path becomes difficult. God has given humanity the most precious gift, one that nothing else can compare to: unconditional love. This love is not limited by time. It is not bound by any barriers. It does not distinguish between rich and poor, high and low, or by religion. God's love is boundless devotion, a shining light that dispels all darkness in the hearts of each person. This is why every soul feels God's love in their own unique way, even though they may not always realize it. If humanity lived in God's love, this world would become an earthly paradise. There would be no war, no pain, no division. God's love would radiate through every action, every word, every thought of mankind. When people love one another, when they live in God's love, all good things will follow. God is not only the creator, but He is the protector, the Father who loves unconditionally. And He wants you to understand that only when you love all beings can you truly live according to your true nature. But if people reject this love, if they live in selfishness, fear, and hatred, the world will become dark and filled with suffering. Without love, without the light of God, all life will gradually lose its vitality and connection. Love is the only source of life, and when people lack love, they become isolated and cannot feel the sacredness in life. God wants you to understand that love is the only path to ascension. He has taught that, "Love one another as I have loved you," and that is the essence of life. Love is the integration into God's divine being, the way to connect with Him and with all things around you. God does not want you to love only yourself. He wants you to love everyone, to love what He has created, to love life and existence. In love, you will realize that you are not alone. You will feel the invisible connection between you and every other soul, between you and God. When you live in love, you live according to the purpose that God has bestowed upon you. You will no longer feel anxiety or fear about what lies ahead, because you know that God's love will always protect you, always guide you. Remember, love is the reflection of God within you. When you love, you not only express the goodness within yourself, but also open your heart to receive His illumination. God's love not only helps you live happily, but also helps you understand that you are part of a grand plan, a plan built on love and the ascension of all souls. When you stand at the threshold of change, when you begin to feel the great love that God has given you, you will realize that every challenge, every difficulty in this life has a reason. God never lets you walk alone. Every step you take, whether in light or in darkness, is watched over, protected, and guided by Him. Remember that love is not just a fleeting emotion, but a sacred fire, the thread that connects you with God, with the ones you love, and with yourself. When you live in that love, you will find yourself stronger than ever before. Love will help you overcome all barriers, taking you to heights you never dared to dream of. So live with love. Give everything you have, and you will receive wonderful things that you never expected. You are part of the great plan that God has laid out since the beginning. And right now, in this very moment, you are becoming a part of the grand journey of the universe, where love is the only thing that can save, the only thing that can bring true peace and happiness. Let your heart open wide. Let God's love pass through you and spread throughout this world. Because when you live in love, you will never be alone. He is always with you, in every breath, in every moment you live for love. And before we conclude this journey, I want you to pause for a second. Look into your heart and feel how love has shown up in your life. Please leave a comment below this video. Share with us your thoughts, your feelings about the love you are experiencing. Because you, the one listening to these words, are the one who will continue to spread that love to the world. God has chosen you. And this love, infinite love, is the great gift that you deserve to receive. Never forget that you are part of His wonderful plan. Live fully with that love, and this world will become more beautiful than ever before. Share your story, share your love, and leave your mark on this great journey. Because love, true love, is the only thing we need, the gift that God has given each of us.